There was once a blue marvel in the vast black emptiness, a sphere on which the miracle of life was given by a divine breath. The sphere provided astonishing landscapes for that life to flourish upon and evolve in the most unusual shapes and forms. Together, they created breathtaking natural wonders of our Mother Earth, places of harmony for mortals to appreciate, enjoy, and be inspired by. From colorful corals to towering termite mounds, from lush rainforests and majestic waterfalls to odd landscapes that defy reality. However, many of these marvels of nature today sadly face a threat from those same mortals and their modern civilization. Will they be defiled, or can a balance be restored? Take a look at some of these gems and judge for yourself if they are worth preserving for generations to come. Carved by time and tide, the big lagoon of El Nido lies hidden among limestone cliffs like a secret cradled by the sea. Its waters shift from sapphire to emerald, so clear as if it is not water but air between the canoes and the sea-bottom sand. Towering karst walls rise like ancient guardians, weathered by centuries of salt and storm, enclosing a sanctuary untouched by haste. To enter is to pass through a narrow mouth, as if slipping into another world, one sculpted by the quiet kiss of the ocean. Beneath the surface, coral gardens bloom in hushed brilliance, while seabirds trace lazy circles overhead. The lagoon is located on the island of Palawan, which was one of the last bastions of Philippines' nature, unspoiled by mass tourism. But unfortunately, that seems to be changing rapidly in recent years. Tara Mountain, a jewel of Serbia's natural beauty, is a haven for those seeking tranquility and breathtaking landscapes. Among its most iconic sites is the Banska Stena viewpoint, offering a panoramic view of the Drina River Canyon, where the turquoise waters cut through lush forests below. Straight beneath it, Peruchiat's Lake reflects the surrounding peaks like mirrors, perfect for swimming or kayaking in a serene ambient. Nearby runs the shortest river in Europe, called Vrelo, flowing just 365 meters before cascading into Drina. Ratcha Monastery, a peaceful retreat hidden in the forest, offers centuries of spiritual heritage. Among this mellow mountainside beauty, there is another stunning lake called Zayovin. Not far away is Mokra Gora, home to the charming Duvangrad, a traditional wooden village created by a famous Serbian filmmaker. Duvangrad is a living tribute to Serbian culture and cinema. The best way to get there is on a vintage train ride across the mountain. One of the region's most photographed spots is the house on the Drina River, a small wooden cabin precariously perched on a rock in the middle of the river, defying the forces of nature. Beneath the frozen crown of Vatnajökull, the largest glacier in Europe, lies a secret underground world of pure magic. The ice caves hidden within its heart shimmer in surreal shades of blue, as if the sky itself has been sealed beneath the surface. Walls of translucent ice curve like frozen waves, carved by meltwater rivers that flow below this glacier. Each winter, new chambers are born. Others vanish. Nothing here is permanent. The glacier groans softly underfoot, a reminder that even giants breathe. Light filters through the crystal ceiling, fractured and cold, yet strangely alive. In these fleeting caverns, the earth reveals its quiet alchemy, where fire, water, and ice have danced for centuries. However, this giant land shifter is vanishing at an alarming pace. If glaciers defrost, not only will these sparkly ice caves melt with them, but also one of our next destinations will forever disappear underwater. Later in the video, there will be a hint about which place it is. If you can guess correctly, write your answer in the comments below. Across the sunburnt plains of northern Australia, where eucalyptus shadows stretch over red earth, the land is dotted with amusing spires. Termite mounds stand like monuments scattered across Litchfield National Park. They are masterpieces of instinct, crafted grain by grain from soil, saliva, and, well, dung. Taller than a man, some termite mounds reach heights of up to 4 meters or over 13 feet. Quite like skyscrapers of the insect world. Within, a hidden city thrives. Thousands of termites move in concert, shaping their sanctuary beneath the searing sky. To the wandering eye, the mounds appear still. But listen closely. The land hums with quiet labor. Termites are irreplaceable in their role of breaking down dead wood and enriching the soil, thus sustaining entire ecosystems from beneath the surface. Amazingly, many mounds are magnetic since they align with the Earth's magnetic field. Nature's architectural mystery. Precision without blueprint. In the vast stillness of the Canadian Rockies, Banff National Park unfolds like a hymn written in stone and sky. Glaciers hang in solemn silence above pine-carpeted valleys, while rivers carve their stories through the wild heart of Alberta. Among its most ethereal corners lies Moraine Lake, a glacial jewel cradled by 10 jagged peaks. Its waters gleam with an impossible turquoise born from ancient ice and sunlight. The silence here is not empty. It flourishes with life. Elk move like shadows through the forest. Eagles trace the wind above. Seasons shift in quiet ceremony, draping the land in fire, frost, and bloom. Banff is a remarkable wilderness carved in mountains, a place where nature speaks and time pauses to listen. In the golden savannas of Kenya, the Masai Mara stretches wide, a living canvas where wildebeest thunder across the plains and lions stalk through tall grasses. Here, the rhythm of life follows ancient migrations, and the sky opens endlessly above acacia-dotted horizons. Elephants move in quiet procession, and cheetahs flash like wind over the earth. In the hush of dawn, the Masai Mara awakens beneath a sky brushed with fire, where the land moves with quiet majesty. Yet beneath this grandeur, the balance trembles. Encroaching settlements and expanding agriculture fragment the land, disrupting age-old migratory paths. Poaching persists, threatening the very species that define this ecosystem. Notably, the reticulated giraffe, once abundant, now faces severe decline due to illegal hunting and habitat loss. Without vigilant protection and sustainable coexistence, the Mara's wild heartbeat may fade into silence. Tucked within the limestone folds of southern Bosnia, the Kravica waterfall cascades like a silver curtain over emerald moss and stone. It fans out in graceful symmetry, some 20 meters or around 70 feet high. Its pools shimmer with a glassy calm, while dragonflies dance above the surface and wild fig trees lean in close to listen. In summer, visitors may bathe in the crystalline basin and swim to the waterfall. The air hums softly here, cool and sweet with the scent of river mist. This place is endlessly gentle. It lies within a protected natural area, and for a good reason. Nature has sculpted a sanctuary where water, rock, and light move in unspoken harmony. Kravitsa may not thunder like the great falls of the world, but it sings. And in its soft melody, nature stirs. At the edge of the Bolivian Altiplano lies a place where the earth forgets its weight. Sala de Uyuni, remnant of an ancient lake, sprawls like a boundless mirror. It is the largest salt flat on the planet. In the rainy season, a thin film of water transforms the crusted plain into a perfect reflection of the sky. Clouds drift beneath one's feet. Horizons vanish. A true photographer's paradise. It feels less like standing on land, more like floating through a dream. When dry, hexagonal salt patterns stretch endlessly, etched by time and sun. Flamingos move like pale flames across the white expanse, and distant volcanoes loom like mirages on the rim of the world. Here, silence reigns. And in that silence, the surreal becomes real. Scattered like pearls across the Indian Ocean, the Maldives shimmer with hues of turquoise and ivory. Each island, a delicate jewel, rises barely above the sea, cradled by coral reefs and kissed by sunlit tides. Life here unfolds in rhythm with the waves. Local fishermen casting nets at dawn, children tracing footprints in the sand, and palms swaying to the ocean's breath. But this paradise stands on fragile ground. Several years ago, a devastating tsunami swept across the archipelago, flooding all but 9 islands. 6 were completely destroyed, and 14 had to be entirely evacuated. Today, due to global warming, rising seas threaten to erase what remains. With most of the Maldives less than 1 meter above sea level, projections suggest that this entire nation could disappear underwater by the year 2050. What can you do to help? The first step is raising awareness, so share this video with other nature lovers you know. Together, we can amplify the call to preserve this vanishing marvel of pure beauty. The Trotternish Peninsula is an area of the Isle of Skye packed with incredible wonders of nature. Dominating the skyline is the iconic Old Man of Store, a towering rock formation shrouded in mist. Its jagged silhouette a favorite among hikers and photographers. According to legend, the Old Man of Store is said to be the thumb of a giant who died and was buried here, with his thumb left sticking out of the ground. Nearby, the Quiraing offers a surreal landscape of cliffs, pinnacles, and plateaus, a masterpiece of nature that seems almost sculpted by hand. On the eastern edge, Kilt Rock rises dramatically from the sea, its basalt columns resembling the pleats of a kilt. From here, Maelt Falls plunges gracefully over the cliffs, its waters crashing into the waves below, in a display that is as mesmerizing as it is powerful. Hidden further inland is the Fairy Glen, a whimsical world of rolling green hills, peculiar mounds, and spiral patterns. The area radiates a fable-like impression, where every corner holds a touch of magic, as if a troll must be hiding somewhere around. Rising like sentinels from the red earth of western Madagascar, the baobabs of Manabe stand in timeless stillness. Thick-trunked and ancient, they seem more sculpted than grown. These trees hold centuries in silence, as some of them are over 1,000 years old. The locals call them Renala, Mother of the Forest, for they store life within their hollow cores and limbs that bloom only in rhythm with the rains. The path they flank is no ordinary road. It feels like walking between giants. At sunset, their silhouettes stretch across the land like myths in motion, casting shadows that whisper of seasons long past. But even these resilient wonders are not immune to change. Deforestation threatens the ecosystem that once cradled entire forests of baobab. Their alley, once part of a great green expanse, now stands as monuments to their cut-down brothers. Luckily, dedicated conservation efforts are underway to restore the baobab forests, with initiatives planting thousands of new trees. Known as the lungs of the earth, the Amazon rainforest exhales life into our atmosphere. Its lush canopy stretches beyond sight, sheltering one in every 10 known species and cradling ancient rhythms older than humankind. Rivers wind like silver arteries through its dense heart, nourishing jaguars in the underbrush, macaws in the treetops, and unseen wonders still unnamed by science. Here, rain falls not just from clouds, but from the leaves themselves, recycled in a seemingly endless cycle. But this sacred cycle is under siege. Deforestation, driven by logging, mining, and expanding agriculture, strips away thousands of acres each day. If this continues, we risk not only losing a vital ecosystem, but the very balance of Earth's climate. When the lungs of the Earth falter, the planet can no longer breathe freely. And neither can we. They say the fjords are scars in the earth made by glaciers, but Geiranger Fjord is one of Norway's most breathtaking natural wonders. Surrounded by towering cliffs and cascading waterfalls, this deep blue fjord is a marvel of unspoiled beauty. Among its famous waterfalls, the Seven Sisters pour gracefully into the fjord, their mist adding a touch of magic to the landscape. Whether sailing through the fjord or hiking its rugged terrain, Geiranger Fjord is a place where nature's grandeur takes center stage, leaving visitors in awe at every turn. High above the fjord lies Skagefla Farm, a historic mountain farm that clings to the steep cliffs. Once home to hardy farmers who lived off the land, it now offers a glimpse into Norway's rural past. The hike to the farm is as rewarding as the destination, with panoramic views of the fjord and its dramatic surroundings. Beneath the turquoise waters of Australia's northeastern coast lies a living cathedral, the Great Barrier Reef, the largest coral system on Earth. Stretching for over 2,000 kilometers or 1,200 miles, it shimmers with hues too vibrant to name, hosting a dance of life among its branching coral palaces. Sea turtles glide through gardens of anemones, while parrotfish carve stone into sand. It is not merely a reef, it is a pace, a pulse, a world entire. However, rising ocean temperatures have triggered mass coral bleaching, leaving once colorful expanses ghostly and bare. If this fragile reef dies, so too will the intricate web of marine life that depends on it. The ripple effects will be felt far beyond the sea. Again, there's sadly not much we can do but raise awareness and hope the world's governments unite to slow the tide of global warming. Granite cliffs rise like sacred altars beneath the California sun, where Yosemite National Park unfurls its grandeur in stone, water, and sky. Here, wildflowers bloom between boulders, turning stone into a canvas of fleeting color. Ancient sequoias stand in quiet reverence, their trunks wide enough to cradle time, their crowns brushing eternity. The valley itself is a cathedral of stillness, where every rustle of wind or cry of eagle feels like part of an old, epic poem. Light shifts with the hours, painting El Capitan and half-dome peaks in golden tones, then violet hush. And the deer, moving stealthily through meadows, pass beneath the shadows of towering granite walls. In Yosemite, the earth speaks not with noise, but with presence. A presence that fills the soul like a deep breath, grounding and awestruck. Hidden deep within the untamed wilderness of Venezuela's Canaima National Park, Angel Falls descends from the heavens like a silver thread unraveling through the clouds. It is the tallest uninterrupted waterfall on Earth, so high that its waters vanish into mist before ever reaching the forest floor. The air hums with the sound of distant water and the call of unseen birds. In this remote sanctuary of nature, time falls with the water, slow, sacred, and eternal. To reach Angel Falls, visitors must fly to the remote village of Canaima, since it is cut off from the rest of the country. From there, a 5-hour river journey by motorized canoe awaits. This is followed by a 1-hour hike through the rainforest to reach the falls. There are no roads here, only rivers and sky, reminding those who journey that true wonders are not easily reached. Tucked in the rolling hills of southern Tuscany, the Saturnia hot springs flow like a gift from the depths of the earth. Here, mineral-rich waters tumble down natural limestone terraces, steaming softly in the cool morning air. It is said the springs were born from a thunderbolt thrown by Saturn himself, creating a sanctuary where time unwinds and the body surrenders. The water, constantly flowing at a soothing temperature, has carved silky pools that cradle the weary in warmth and silence. The temperatures are pleasant for bathing even in winter. Cypress trees guard the edges, while the gentle scent of minerals mingles with the breeze. In Saturnia, nature both heals and embraces. It is a place where Earth remembers to be kind, as we should be to it. In the emerald waters of northern Vietnam, Ha Long Bay emerges like a dream, sculpted by wind and tide. This landscape feels otherworldly, as if it belongs to an ancient fairy tale. Thousands of limestone pillars rise from the sea, shrouded in mist, their jagged forms echoing the myths of dragons who once descended to protect this land. Caves yawn in silence beneath their roots, carved by centuries of waves whispering through stone. Floating fishing villages drift between the islands, holding stories as old as the cliffs themselves. The water glows jade at dawn, when sails cut softly through the stillness and the world feels untouched. A place that breathes in rhythm with the sea. We won't ask you to subscribe. You will do so if you agree with the presented values of protecting natural wonders like these. In the northeastern reaches of Brazil lies a desert that defies every expectation. The white sand dunes of Lençóis Maranhenses stretch endlessly like frozen waves beneath the sun. Yet after the rains, from May to September, a miracle happens. Rainwater gathers in the valleys between dunes, creating crystal-clear lagoons. Turquoise mirrors set in ivory silence. It is not an illusion. It's a rare harmony between drought and downpour. As the wind brushes across the rippling sands, these shimmering pools invite not only wonder, but also touch. It is allowed and completely safe to swim here. A surreal experience, floating between dunes in a desert that becomes a dream. The sky reflects twice, above and below, and for a few short months, the impossible becomes real. Then the sun returns, and the lagoons fade into memory, until the next season's rains awaken them once more. High in the Peruvian Andes, where the air thins and the silence deepens, the Rainbow Mountains awaken the senses and ignite inspiration. Known as Vinicunca, this natural canvas has been painted over millions of years with mineral-rich earth, crimson, gold, green, and lavender. A slow masterpiece formed by shifting tectonic plates and the patience of wind and water. It does not feel real. It feels dreamt. At over 5,000 meters above sea level, the journey here is not an easy one. But the reward is profound. This palette of ancient pigments under the wide Andean sky is a heaven for both geologists and dreamers. Each ridge tells a story of geological wonder, untouched by human hands, even though it appears as if a giant baby was playing with plasticine and left its toy to petrify into a colorful mountain. These multicolored mountains have a cousin in China that is even more striking. If you wish to see the amazing Chinese rainbow mountains, we'll leave a link to our video in the description and in the top right corner of the screen now.